the future, genetic technology proliferates and ecosystems collapse on the Earth. Strange and terrifying creatures are everywhere. For example, man-eating grass that moves like snakes, giant fireflies that fly out of red grass and pierce the human body like bullets. The rich live in Citadel and control gene synthesis technology. Seeds of food crops are specially coded, so the crops can be harvested only once. The poor have to sell their blood in exchange for seeds. A gifted girl named Vesper taught herself biosynthesis. One day, she found all creatures in front of her house dead. Someone must have intruded into her house. A machine for her bedridden father, Darius, was broken. She went to her uncle Jonas for help. Jonas demanded her blood in exchange, but after drawing her blood, he kicked her out. In the woods, Vesper found a woman lying under a large, colorful tree. The woman's neck was sucked by an octopus tentacle-like plant. Vesper pulled out the tentacles and took her home. The next day the woman woke up. She attempted to stand up, but fell due to injury of her legs. Vesper ran to her. The woman said her name is Camellia and had a glider. She and his father Elias were traveling and crashed. She asked Vesper to help her find her missing father. Vesper returned to the swamp. She found the crashed glider. Jonas arrived with a group of persons. He opened the hatch and saw an old man, who is Camellia's father. Jonas covered the old man's mouth with his hand and the old man suffocated. Vesper showed Camellia her lab. There were all kinds of strange creatures. Camellia was amazed and said that if Vesper could help her go back to the Citadel, she would introduce her to the Citadel. Vesper decided to help her, but the receiver to the Citadel was at Jonas' house. The next day, Vesper went to Jonas' house to steal the receiver, but Jonas discovered her. Jonas pulled out a component from the machine. The robot couldn't work, so Vesper couldn't communicate with her father anymore. Vesper told Camellia that Jonas had killed her father. They ran to the river. Camellia saw her father's body floating in the water and cried. Vesper was afraid of being discovered, so she pulled Camellia to the riverbank. Suddenly, she noticed a flat cut on Camellia's back. When her fingers got closer, something emerged from the cut. It turned out that Camellia was not human. She's a lab-made bionic woman. Vesper was furious and pushed and hit Camellia viciously. Camellia grabbed a knife and tried to kill herself. Vesper stopped her. She extracted Camellia's blood and analyzed it. Her blood contained some DNAs not belonging to her. As Camellia was playing an instrument nearby, the DNAs went apart. Vesper dripped seed-soaked solution to her test plate. The DNAs fused with the seed's DNAs. In this way, she might get the DNA code of the seeds. Darius told Vesper and Camellia that they must go for safety, but Vesper did not want to leave Darius. Suddenly, Jonas arrived at her house. He looked at Camellia and then saw the cut in her back. They fought each other. Camellia and Vesper pressed him down with knives. Then they let him go, but Jonas went back and contacted Citadel, saying that he had found Camellia. Darius said Vesper and Camellia should go. Immediately after they went away from home, a man in black came and shot at the robot, causing it to explode. Vesper knew her father was killed, but she and Camellia had to keep running. As the man in black walked through red grass, red fireflies pierced his body like bullets. Camellia realized that she had to leave Vesper in order to keep her safe. Camellia kissed Vesper, and Vesper fell asleep. The next day, Vesper woke up to find some children standing behind her. Together, they traveled to the pilgrimage site. A day later, they reached their destination, and Vesper climbed to the top of a high tower. She scattered seeds in their hands to the ground.